the grade level different people could relate to. It has an agenda, learning targets that can be added to. There's Pear Deck, a help screen, Flipgrid, and each one of these icons will link to an actual website or to a video. It's got the familiarity of having a Chromebook and some pencils around and a calendar. And I loved the classroom posters. And this is one that I personally have in my own virtual classroom, throw kindness around confetti, and mistakes are proof that you're always growing and always trying. So I really like this one. It also has file folders that the students can click on to see daily assignments. So before we go even more into this, what do you guys know about Bitmoji? I'm hoping that you have this link open, the Why Bitmoji one. And it says, why should we have a virtual classroom? What are the benefits for it? Now this, what I have open, is actually called Jamboard. It is through the Google Suite. It's a G Suite product. Jamboard can be used as a whiteboard. It can be used for graphic editing. I personally enjoy using it for Post-its in my classroom. So I would ask the students a question and they would respond back. And I'm gonna just write real quick, familiarity. There we go. And when I have my students respond, I have them write their name at the beginning of any Post-it. So that way there's some accountability and I know who is putting that information on the screen. All of these can be rotated, they can change colors, they can make them bigger, smaller. So throw up a Post-it on the Jamboard if you're in, and let me know why, why do you guys want to make why do you want to make a Bitmoji classroom? What do you think you're going to benefit out of this? Why do you think it would be good for your students? It's a great place to throw that information out there.
I love, Sister Sophia, that you're already really modeling how you run your classroom. That's really great. As people are putting in information, I just want to let people know who've just joined that there is this link that Sister Sophia has asked everybody who is in the meeting to go ahead and check out. And in there, Sophia, is that where the Jamboard is?
Yes, it should be the very first link at the top of the Jamboard, or at the top of the link tree.
And Sophia, could you go ahead and put this on present mode, or is there a reason that you didn't put it on present mode?
Oh,
or is it
Jamboard?
Just the screen that you're sharing? It looks a little small to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just how it is.
On my end, it is showing up as a full screen. Okay. Let me unshare and redo it real quick. Everyone has it open on their end anyways. Okay.
Okay. Sophia, if you don't mind, are you gonna make the squares we write inside it, or we should make our own squares and write?
I want you to make it yourself. So if you see on the left-hand side, there is a pen, there is an eraser, there's a select tool, and a sticky note. You can also add an image, and there's a laser pointer. So I would like you to go to the sticky note, and you can click on that to make it yourself.
So I had to enable something first from view options because I'm clicking on the note and it's not.
Yeah, where do we go to access the ability
maybe
to do this?
You have to do from the view.
Okay, you might not be in a Chrome browser. For the best, I guess, access to most of the Bitmoji features, to the extensions that we're going to be covering, and even the interactive notebooks, you do need to be on a Chrome browser. So are you on a Chrome browser?
I should be from my email.
Yeah, I am.
We are all.
Okay, well, what we can do is we have Shaza supporting us. If you aren't able to connect onto the Jamboard, you can type out your thoughts, what you hope to gain from the session, or response to either why make a classroom or what the benefits are. You can type it into the chat screen, and we can have some helpers put it onto the Post-its for us. Or you're welcome to say it out loud, and I can help you make another Post-it. I'm going to start going through some of the responses. So we have Sister Maya, who said to make it more exciting. And I love that you wrote your name on it and followed the modeling, because that's what I have the students do. We actually did this today in class, and I told them this is like your assignment. We had about 7 or 8 slides they were get to know you slides. What did you do over the summer? What makes a good teacher? What makes a good student? Establishing classroom rules. And the students went through and they put their Post-its, and I was like, all you your name, because I have access to this document. It's in the cloud and I can see who did their work and who didn't. But it also gives them that accountability. It lets them really focus on themselves and reflect on what information they're putting up there for everyone. Okay, so Coral Ain sister said, please make the classroom more organized. Bitmojis definitely have the classrooms definitely gives you that opportunity versus doing it on just a plain classroom screen or sending emails of a ton of links to parents and the parents have to filter through each one of those links. By having the classroom, each area in the classroom would have its own area, just like the picture that we looked at where there was an area for the days of the week, an area for the agenda, and an area for links. Great resource to engage the students creatively, definitely, to get the students to focus attention more and keep them informed. Okay, so we have a lot of great responses here, and definitely Bitmojis are able to offer all of those. Secondly, you know, what I would like to add, and I'm not going to put it onto the screen, I'm going to let you guys keep that Jamboard on the side and you can keep interacting on that.
So Sister Sophia, I'm sorry to interrupt. I know that as people are entering, they might be wondering what we're doing right now. This is just kind of like a beginning activity, and Sister Sophia is demonstrating different kinds of technologies and platforms with which you can also utilize. We're not into creating the Bitmoji yet. We're just currently using a Jamboard, which is new to me. And to answer the prompt, why do you think, let me go back and read it. Why make a virtual classroom? What are the benefits? So I know some people are saying they can't get into that Jamboard. Everybody who's just entered, I will post a link that Sister Sophia is using that has a lot of other links that we will be using today in this workshop. But basically, that's what was just going on. It was just a beginning activity. And so now Sister Sophia will continue on.
Okay. And it cleared out on my end for a little bit, but I'm going to close it out for right now. So we did discuss some of the benefits of Jamboards and a lot of, sorry, not Jamboards, Bitmoji Classrooms. And a lot of the educators here shared that they want to be able to make it more engaging for their students. They want to have a classroom organized, and you can see, depending on how you have it set up, you are able to put that organization in place. What I've also found is that for elementary students, particularly those who are in your K through even 2 levels, the graphic images really help them pull up the link that they need to go to much easier than having to read through the words. Some of our students are not confident readers, but they might be familiar with the icon of Pear Deck, or they would be familiar with the icon that has the help. So clicking on the visual is definitely helpful for students who are struggling with that. Another reason that I found that I like it, for myself, I am a very big proponent on flexible seating. So in my virtual classroom, I placed pictures of my physical classroom from a few years back with my virtual flexible seating. So it gave them that familiarity, especially in a time when everyone is kind of disconnected. It allowed them to feel connected and made them feel comfortable to this transition. Okay, so hopefully, for those of you who have just joined, I'm going to show this link on the screen again. It's linktr.ee/American Muslim Teacher. We are going to jump right in it because I want to make sure that we use all of our time for you guys to be able to create your virtual Bitmoji classroom.
I would just like, can you put the link again one more time?
Definitely.
Yeah, is it something we can copy from the screen or just like type it ourselves?
I'm going to switch to
Guys,
present mode now. Yes.
It's in the chat. It's in the chat, yeah.
Would we be able to copy it from chat?
Oh, you know what? That is a problem, Dahlia. I think it's hard to copy from the chat. But you can click on it, Dahlia.
Doctora, yeah, you click on it and it opens it in a new window.
So now I should see the Why Bitmoji, Sister?
Yes. So there's the Why Bitmoji was our introduction. So now you're going to click on the second link underneath that says create your own virtual classroom kit.
Okay.
It says Bitmoji create a classroom kit?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
So that's the link to this actual PowerPoint. And the reason I actually didn't have it on present mode is because this is where you're going to be using to make your classroom, and there's movable pieces. So I'm going to show you how to move it around. And I'm going to have to take it off of present mode for a moment to show you that as well. But for now, we can keep it on this.
Okay,
But
so
we
it's
need access.
yeah, request access.
Request access, yes.
It
It's
says
requesting
access denied.
access? Oh no.
Yeah, we need access.
Oh no. Okay, that should not have happened. Let me, okay, I'm going to redo that link. Let's
Okay.
see. In the meanwhile,
And
if
Sophia,
you want,
you should probably
Yes.
be able to just change the sharing settings, and that might allow us to be able to access it from that same link.
that's what I think so.
Yeah.
So in the meanwhile, I want to go back to the link tree while I'm working on that. There is another link on there that should have a lot of templates that they should have some Google Classroom links, so you can scroll through those for just a moment and discuss what else you aim to get out of this, or you can go back to the Jamboard and discuss together just for a moment. Well,
We can't access that either, sister.
Isn't it fun to reverse the roles? Now you're the students.
It looks like
Access any of them.
Okay, would you like to be to make a copy of Google
Yeah.
Classroom tip and then?
no, check the spelling. I did it in 2 of my computers and it does work.
It does, Sister Hamdia?
Yes, it does work.
Okay, great. Alhamdulillah. And I think they're just waiting for access. And the Jamboard, I guess, has a limit on how many people can access it. So this is all good stuff that we're learning, guys. MashaAllah, we're a group of 83 educators. So, you know, that's exciting. We probably won't be having classes that big unless if we're teaching in the university. So we'll be good with Jamboards in our classrooms.
So the Jamboard saves what we write on it automatically without us clicking on anything else?
That's a good question, Dina.
I think you can save it on your Google Drive. Whatever you put on there, if you save it on your Google Drive, yeah, it saves it for you. Like a slide.
Okay. So what about, you know, the purpose is to show this to the students. If I have this open and they're seeing it, everyone is going to see what I just did now, for example?
I think just like we are seeing it, just like we are seeing it as students right now, Sister Sophia's Jamboard, I think that's how our students will be seeing it, I think.
okay, so I did go through and change the restrictions on those settings. You can try again. I'm also going to be attaching it into the file. So if you don't want to be live on it, you know, on your drive, I am putting it into the chat box. So I downloaded the file and I'm going to be adding it there.
So when we click on that second link, the Bitmoji create a classroom kit, it has a page, copy document, and then there's a active button that says make a copy.
And
yes,
then
so
it
you're
opens
going
up.
to go ahead and make a copy, because that way everyone's work will be individual, you know, independent, and they're not going to be working on the same document. And it is uploading currently into the chat too, if you are struggling with this. That way, no matter what platform you're using, you will be able to access it and download it from there as well, in case the link tree is also not working. So I actually put this through my school email addresses because I've been uploading all of the wonderful templates that I've been creating and coming up with and curating onto our school servers. So they have some special restrictions on there as well that I didn't realize we would fall into. Okay, so I'm going to toggle on and off from the present mode just so I can show you how to use this template a little bit better. And we are going to jump right in. And I'm sorry, I know we're on a limited time, so I am going to be speaking fast. If at any point I'm going too fast, let me, please let me know. I will try to slow down, and all the directions and everything are built into this PowerPoint. So this is your virtual classroom kit. It has all of the backgrounds. It has a lot of pre-made icons and things that you can use to put your classroom together. The PowerPoint is in the link tree, and I just attached it, and Shaza, maybe she can help you. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to first choose the blank classroom template we'd like. We're going to choose the design elements. We're going to arrange it, insert the Bitmoji, and that's the last step, and then we're going to add other photos. So this is why I'm going to toggle off my present mode for a moment.
Excuse me, Sister Sophia.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. We can see your enlarged image, not the slide. It's very little at the top. So can you, yeah, we can see you.
Okay.
Not the slide. It's very small at the corner.
No, no, sister, I think that that might be your settings.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, we can see it fine. So I think that that's your settings, and you have to play around with how you have your Zoom.
You can enlarge it with the fingers.
Oh.
Well, depending on what she's using.
Well, there's some buttons that should be at the top of your Zoom that allows you to change the settings. There should be one that kind of looks like a waffle or a grid, and you could switch from that to a gallery view. So if you toggled through the settings, you choose the one that works best for you, inshallah.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm on slide 8. If you go through slides 8, 9, 10, and 11, you have a couple different options for the floor for your virtual classroom. I want you to choose the one that feels right to you, and that's the one that you are going to be working on. So, for example, so I've always had kind of a gray floor recently, but I am going to make mine a little different today. And I like this one right here. So once you've chosen the floor that you would like, now you're going to go through some of your classroom design elements. What kind of items would you like to have in your classroom? Well, we all, as educators, you know, hopefully you have a whiteboard. I showed you our virtual whiteboard, which was my Jamboard, but you can choose from any of these whiteboards or chalkboard images. Now, towards the end, I'll show you how to go about finding your own images, but for now, we are going to just use some of these just to get practice. So I'm going to click on the first one. I'm going to do Control-C, or you could right-click it and copy the image. And then I'm going to go back to the floor that I liked, which was this one. And I'm just going to paste it right there. Okay, I don't want to do that right now, unless it's going to make me. Okay, so here's my whiteboard right here. Except, you know, I'm looking at my whiteboard and this background against a white wall, I feel like it doesn't really work. I could either switch to a chalkboard, or I could change the background itself. Maybe I decided to paint my walls in my classroom green that day, and my walls are a different color. So I'm just going to insert a different box and send this backwards. So now you can see the whiteboard much more clearly. I always go towards teal and gray. Okay, so I'm still on slide 10. That was my first element that I'm choosing. So now I'm going to go through and choose a bookshelf. I am in reading and ELA teacher for the most part, so I definitely need my books. I want something that I can put a lot of books on, but I also want it to match my classroom. So I'm going to choose this one. And while I add this into my classroom, I want you to go on your own slide, choose your floor, and go ahead and put a classroom design element in place.
Great, thank you so much, Sophia. And I just want to let those who have just joined know that I've just recopied and pasted that link into the chat that folks are using. So click on the Linktree link and click on the second link in that on that web page to be able to access this this PowerPoint and start creating your own Bitmoji classroom. Sister Sophia is letting us work through slides 8 through 11 as the floor, and then you can choose your classroom decor on the following slides. Design elements.
As you see, I'm sort of playing around with it. I'm like, do I want a vertical? Do I want 2 sideways? Do I want just 1? But I think I'm just going to stick to 1 bookcase on the right now, and I'm going to just leave that handy next to my slide. That way, if I decide to add it back in, it's nearby. You can adjust the items, you know, obviously adjust the size. You can also, you know, keep an eye on the depth. You know, where would you really realistically put a bookcase in your classroom? You're going to put it there. So I already have some pre-made backgrounds, and I just added a box. Just another image box to put a different color. So go through and choose a couple more design elements. I have the chalkboard and the bookcase for now, and I'm going to move on and add a couple more. I would like you to work through the 1 or 2 slides and build up some of the elements that you want, and we're going to start having other people share screens if this is something Shaza can manage, or maybe we can let you do screenshots and share the screenshots of your classroom in the chat so I can see how you're doing.
Sure.
Then,
No, I think
okay.
Sophia, that would be fun to let people share their screen. So just raise your hand if you would like to share your screen. In the meanwhile, as I'm waiting for people to raise their hand to show what they're creating, Sister Sophia, can you just go back just a little bit and again explain, how did you do that background? Did you create
I'll do it right here. So these are pre-made backgrounds that I found through image searches, and all the details for how to add images and find your own images. These are towards the end. We're going to go through more of that nitty-gritty afterwards. I want people to practice, moving and adjusting the items. But if I move to this one right here, so you would start by inserting a shape, and that's just a very basic rectangle shape. I don't want a white wall, so you're going to stretch it over all the way, the entire wall space. You don't want to cover the floor, but you want to make sure you get the entire wall area. And then change it to the paint color that you want for your classroom. You might want peach walls. Maybe your school only has all beige walls. What color wall do you want for your classroom? And then you're going to adjust that image accordingly. Oh, I like that combo. This is bringing out the interior designer in me. Now, when you share your room with us, obviously this is not going to be a complete room, but this will be, this will have a couple of elements in it. And this is a process that you build on throughout the year. Your classroom may not stay the same throughout the year, because just as seasons change and as units change, our classroom walls are adjusted as well. I'm actually going to be cropping my carpet because I don't like this little end of the image that's there, and I'm making my carpet very large because I love it when students can sit together. And there we go. I'll make it even bigger. We're gonna have a huge class sitting on this rug together, that's why. Shaz, are you making this alongside with us?
So I did create one thing. I guess I could show my thing. It's I'm also looking at other people's thing, chat. I don't see anybody raising their hand. No one's ready yet. So I'll have to stop screen sharing with yours, Sophia, to show mine.
Sure.
Okay, all right.
I'm just playing through the design elements. We'll do the design elements for about another 8 or 9 minutes, and then we're going to go through more of the nitty gritty on how to make more detailed adjustments.
Okay, so believe me, guys. Yeah, and I've never done this before, so I'm totally learning with you guys. And so I put that in.
Oh, I like the bright color.
Thanks. So I would copy paste this, right? And put it right here. Okay, and then I can move it.
Perfect.
What I'm wondering is, like, how does this then become interactive, and how am I going to add the books to this? And so I'm sure you'll get to that. I don't want to.
That's the next step.
This is so fun. Oh my gosh, guys. This is really
It's like
fun.
having an unlimited budget to decorate, and there's no restrictions.
All right, guys, come on. You saw my little.
To share.
Yes, Seema.
I want to share too.
Yay! Thank you, Sophia, for doing this.
Of course, it's so much fun.
I've played with it, but I've never gotten this far. So let me show you my screen.
Oh, okay, Seema, let me make you a co-host. Just a minute.
No, just let me share. Do I have to have
I think that's the only way I know how to do it.
Oh, yeah, no, you disabled it, yeah.
You can change the settings. Oh, okay, it's disabled.
Yeah, I might have disabled it.
I can switch it to where it says multiple participants can share simultaneously.
Now she did it, I think. Okay. Now you have to stop sharing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, you just have to stop sharing.
Okay.
Now can you see mine?
Not yet, Seema. No.
No?
No.
All right, maybe I shared it before you actually unshared.
Now we can see it, Seema.
Because now you can see my whole crazy.
You've got plant in there and garlic.
Ooh, like it.
What are you going to put on your whiteboard?
What is it?
What message will you put on your whiteboard? Is it going to
welcome to the Master of Arts in Teaching program. Yeah, maybe. I messed up my little flags at the top. You see, you have to pull and squeeze them. So
it's barely noticeable. I think sometimes things like that you don't notice unless somebody points it out to you.
Well, thank you.
Can I share my class?
Oh,
Yes,
go
who's
for it.
that?
Omnia.
Okay, Seema, did you have something else you were going to share?
No, I
Or
just
that was it?
unshared.
I love it. Okay, Seema, let me now okay, Sister Omnia.
We have about 7 more minutes for sharing, and then we're going to get to the more detailed process.
Okay, I think I just made it so that people can share. Is this Omnia?
Yes.
Okay,
You've
go
got
ahead.
the dotted rug where every kid has their own spot.
Yes.
Very nice. Good job.
Omnia, that looks amazing.
Thank you.
So the one thing I would recommend, so your seating looks like it's a student-sized seat. So you can either, it's a student-sized chair, if it's like a kindergarten classroom where little kids, that's fine. Otherwise, I would say adjust the size and make it slightly larger. That way it feels more realistic. And maybe move the plant either towards a corner or against the wall, because right now it looks like it's in the middle of the floor. Good. And I would say put the lamp lower. Perfect. Yeah, you want to try to be as, connect your lines as much as possible.
Right.
Good job.
Great. Who else wants to share? Thank you, Omnia.
Thank you.
Oh,
Anyone else?
Have to be a teacher.
I can share mine.
Okay, go for it, Dina. Assalamu alaikum. Go ahead. You going, Dina? I think that anybody should be able to start share screen.
Yeah. I'm working on it still, but this is how far.
Very nice. It's got such a modern look to it.
I like modern.
I like it. It's clean and classic.
Thank you. I still have to put a lamp and a table somewhere. Or frames or something. I'm not sure.
Well, you can always adjust the sizes and make them bigger and smaller as well.
Yes. So I can stop sharing to give a chance to someone.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
Who else wants to share?
I can share, Shaza.
Yes, please, Aman, go for it. Okay. This is the principal's office. Let's check it out.
Okay, here we go. 1 second. How do I write on my boards? I cannot. Okay.
I'll show you. Go ahead and share it, and I'll let you know what steps to take.
Here we go. Here is my classroom coming, and then I just need to say, okay, share.
Okay. So to write on your boards, you're going to hit the T with the box on it, and that has a text box.
Okay.
Uh-oh, what's loading? What happened?
I was trying to present, make it larger. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Good job.
The only thing, there are no legs for my desk. It's fine.
But I think that's okay, because there are floating desks that work in a lot of flexible seating classrooms. That helps eliminate space. You have more space for the students to move around. I think it's more welcoming, actually.
Okay, perfect.
It's like a standing desk. You're the principal, right?
Right, I am.
Yeah, you don't have time to sit down. You're going to be walking around.
Exactly. I need to be running around.
Yeah, I think that was wonderful. And so to add the text, you're going to click on the text box. I'm going to go back to my screen share, and I'm going to keep it in the smaller mode where it's not the present. Actually, I'm just about to hop out of it, but you see that there are multiple pages of design elements that you can choose from. So I have plants, greenery, some wall decor. There's some more desks, and now we're going to get to a little bit more of the detailed part of it.
Sophia, someone asked, can this be a Zoom background?
Yes, it can, but I wouldn't recommend making it a Zoom background, just because I feel like it might be distracting from the teacher themselves. So I use it more as a PDF. I save it as a PDF and I allow it to be clickable. I also have it and I adjusted my page once and I made it smaller, so it was a banner and a header at the top of my Google Classroom. So you can adjust the size. Right now we're at a basic 8.5 by 11 screen. Okay, so the Bitmoji itself, we're not going to use our time today to be adding the Bitmoji, but I will talk you through it. If anyone already has the Bitmoji extension added, then you should be able to kind of work while we're discussing and just kind of listen and work at the same time. But the Bitmoji extension is kind of like a mini cartoon version of yourself. This is to get your Bitmoji in Google Slides, you're going to have the Chrome extension. So you must be on the Chrome browser. It will not work without Chrome. You also need to have Bitmoji on your phone. So it's the only place that you're going to be able to edit the style of your character, change the way the person looks, the way the person dresses. For my Bitmoji last year, I switched it to pink during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. During the winter, my Bitmoji was wearing nice long sweaters and boots. And during the summer, it was more of like a light jacket and jeans. So my Bitmoji was changing. It was also during allergy seasons when my students noticed that I was wearing a lot more glasses. My Bitmoji also switched to glasses because I told them I can't wear contacts during that time. So it was a really good way for them to kind of also track, the seasons and what type of mood Sister Sophia is in that day by switching my Bitmojis. You're going to, once you have the extension and your Bitmoji created, it is very easy to add onto your slides. After I get out of the present mode, I will do a quick demo and show you how to add that on, but I'm skipping through it right now because creating the Bitmoji itself takes a little bit of a longer process, and I want to be able to show you how to create the links and find your own images. Okay, how to add my own images. Now, if you're on a split screen, I would recommend, to try to work through this while I'm sharing. So if you want to add your own picture frames or pets or anything else, then you have the option on Google Slides to insert any image you want. Like you could find an image from your own house, an image from the web. I have one website that I recommend. It's Pixa, Pixabay.com. It's written towards the bottom. They have a lot of free images, and you can remove the background to make it a transparent image. But generally, when I search for an image, I look for it to already be transparent just out of ease. So I'm going to show you how I do that. And I'm going to go back to my mini classroom. It's right here. So the fastest way that I found outside of using that website, if I go to Insert, Image, and I'm going to say Search from Web. And I know the screen is slightly smaller, so forgive me, but I want to make sure it's as interactive as possible. It says Search for Images. Okay, what should I add? Anyone? I'm going to add an apple. Okay, apple, transparent, or how about a clock? Okay, I'm going to add the word transparent to it. When you add a transparent word, that word transparent in the search, it'll make sure there's no white box around your clock. For the most part, sometimes you'll find images with the white box, so it's a lot of playing through it, and this one didn't have a white box. Versus if I don't put the word transparent, it is much harder to find an image that will work clear in your background. So if I just say just an image of a clock, and if I put, for example, this one, tell me how that compares in my classroom. Does it feel as realistic? Why is there some random shiplap on the back of this clock versus this one right here, which has a transparent background? So make sure if you're using this method to always search the word transparent. So to start with, I do have, you do have these classroom images that are already preloaded for you. And I'm going to double check the other link that I have saved, but I have a lot more I've already searched for you, found for you, and curated from other teachers as well. Otherwise, if you don't want to use the Google search, you can also go to the Remove BG website. This website will actually take away the backgrounds on your image, and it will help give it that transparency that it needs. Okay? Any questions? I know this was a lot, but I'm trying to respect everyone's time, and we still have some more to get through before I move on. Any questions on how to add images?
This is a simple question. When you were adding, you drag and drop, or you have to cut and copy paste? I was just using copy paste, but now I said, was it?
Drag and drop is faster. Yeah, you can drag and drop, but you could also copy and paste. Either one work. Okay. How to fix overlapping images. And I briefly showed this, but I didn't really explain what I was doing. Uh-oh, went ahead. So if your images are overlapping and you want to rearrange what's in which order, you're going to right click the image and you're going to bring it from front to back and you're change around the order. So this will really make a difference as you start adding more and more pieces into your classroom. I will give you a quick example. So with my rug, I want this little easel and I'm going to put it over here. So because this is the last item I've added, you know, it's sitting right on top of it. But what if I wanted to switch things around? What if I want this over here and, you know, I've decided to put this here? Well, now it looks like my easel is sitting in front of my couch. So you're going to right click it, click on order and send backwards. If you send it back, it will be the farthest most thing on your image. And I'll show you what that does if you've done your color image. Since I have this color background, it's putting it behind my actual background. So it requires a lot of playing around. So generally, I always just send it backwards. But now it's already backwards, so I need to bring it back to the front. So it requires some playing around with, and you know, it's like any space when we're making a classroom or organizing a room in our house, we're gonna move the furniture around a couple times to figure out the right placement of where we might want something. So I'm just going to send it backwards. And now, this is still in front, and you just kind of play around with it. This one I'm gonna bring forward. So now my couch is in the front, and this is in that corner, and it kind of just overlaps. But you play around with it however you want and where you might want your images to go. Does that make sense? Kind of want that in the back. Yeah, let's put that there. Behind my couch. I'm going to put this back over here. So I started with the bookcase there. I have another bookcase there. So this is something that it just takes time to play around with it and really think through what you want in your classroom and where you might want it. Okay, moving on. Now we are going to talk about how to add links. Wrong link. Switch back to present mode. Okay, so generally the reason I add links is because I save this entire image, entire slide as a PDF. When you save it as a PDF, it links every single one of your links to where the student can click on it and they'll have access to every one of those links in a clear way. Instead of doing something like Linktree, which is what I was trying to do with you guys, this will give an image for them to click on. So there's two different steps. The first one is a quick go, insert link, and you type and paste the link in the box. That will pull up a YouTube video. You could put a link of your Google Doc. You could put a link of any website and that will link it. And I'll show you how to do this. And then there's an insert a video link. We're not gonna have the, okay, so here's my couch. You're gonna click on the item that you would like to be clickable. Right now, since I have no books there, I'm just going to use the couch. And there's this little paperclip button right here at the top of your toolbar. I'm gonna click on insert link and it says paste the link. So now this link can link to other slides in the presentation, and that's something we'll get to during one of our last sessions when we talk about interactive notebooks. And the link can also paste, you know, work with Google or YouTube or anything else. And I'm gonna link it to just youtube.com. There you go. So now, once it's in a PowerPoint mode or a present mode or a PDF, if somebody clicks on it, this will take them directly to YouTube.
Excuse me, can I ask you a question here?
Sure.
I thought you have to pick a specific YouTube video and link it, or it's just like take it to YouTube. How are you going to control this?
You could choose a specific YouTube video. I was just being very generic right now, so let me find a quick link. Excuse whatever comes up. My kids watch all sorts of random nonsense during all this digital learning time. Their favorite is tic-tac-toe. And then my daughter comes and tells me all the random toys she wants. So I just did a really quick search on flexible seating. And that is the link. The reason I chose that is because I'm a very big proponent of flexible seating. And this is a great way to show you that once you've already put the link, you are able to adjust it. You're also able to edit the link. You can copy as well.
Sophia, we didn't see your screen where you were searching and stuff. So we still see the how to add links to my images slide.
So this is actually a full YouTube link now. I just did a quick.
Okay. Are you trying to show us the screen that you're on right now? Because we don't see it.
You don't see any screen I'm on right now?
No, we just see how to add links, that PowerPoint slide. So you might need to stop your share and then share the specific page that you're looking at.
Okay. Well, I mean, I literally just went on YouTube and found a random website. Yeah. It was just a random website. So when I click on this website, this is what it would link me to. Flexible seating pros in upper elementary, because I just typed that into YouTube really fast. So it could be any link completely. It doesn't necessarily have to be just a generic website. So like for the example, if my students click on the clock, I want them to think about going to the website iexcel.com because they're doing math practice and the clock might mean math practice, for example, and that's where it would take them to. Realistically, that is not where I'm going to be putting my iExcel website. I would have an image on my bookshelf, but just for tutorial purposes. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to show you one or two of the very last steps, and then I'll open up some time for Q&A. Hopefully we'll have time for that. And then, okay, yes.
Did you want it written in the chat, or I can just say the question? If I'm going to put items on the library, and then I want to link to, not to the whole shelf, I want to link to each item.
You can do it to each item.
So you click on the item first and then you search for the link. That's how it would tie to it, or you highlight the item or something?
Just the item. So if I add another image, and this is super interactive because I love that you're able to see me create it step by step and watch how to do it. So insert image. I'm going to upload an image from my computer this time. And let's see.
So can we put like some books in the shelves and for each book stand for one link?
Yes. So I don't have any book images saved on my screen on my computer right now. I did have my school logo. So I'm going to put the school logo here. And every single image can be its own link. So if
yeah,
you
it's better than only one link for one paper.
Oh, definitely. Every image can be one link. So this image, if they click on that, that would take them to the Ulfala Academy website because that's an Ulfala Academy logo currently. And if I clicked on, what other images do I have?
Sophia, can you reshare the screen?
Yes.
The screen where you are linking things to with the images?
Yes. Can you see this?
We see the screen. Maybe I think we see the screen.
Oh, what's wrong with my screen? Maybe as co-host, I only saw her slide.
Your work screen, maybe?
Sister Shazza, play with your buttons.
I know, right? Something's wrong with my side. Okay, and all I see is Sophia Jetpuri has started screen sharing, but I don't see her screen. Do you guys see it?
Yep.
Yeah, we see it clearly.
Wow.
Refresh.
Yeah. You know what? As long as you guys see it.
I'm so sorry.
Just let me know when I need to fix something, guys, because whatever reason, I'm not seeing it.
So yeah, you're able to, literally just pull and choose any images you want, and every image can be clickable. So I'm just putting in random images. But for example, my students right now, they were telling me about their favorite books, and I was telling them about a new book that's called Restart. It's not new, but it's new for them. So if I wanted to give them a chance to read it, I might go on Epic or our school, community library website, find a PDF of the book and put the book right here. So they could click on the link and it would take them directly to it. So maybe this would take them to a lot of libraries or virtual library links. Does that make a little bit more sense?
Sister Sophia, do you want me to share whatever I've done so far?
I would love for you to. Let me get through the very last one or two slides, and then we can do that for anyone who is still here and do some Q&A and troubleshooting. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I would love to hear you.
Okay, so I've added one or two links. So now I'm going to show you how to save it as a PDF. So this right here, this is slide number 10. So you are going to save this slide specifically as a PDF. And this is what you would be emailing to your students. So it's saving as a PDF, and that's all it is. As soon as they click on that PDF, it will, when they click on any of these links, it will take them to the intended link that you have. And then the very last step is actually creating and adding in the Bitmoji itself. So I don't know if anyone has that. I would love to see someone who added their Bitmoji to the classroom. And we only have a few minutes left, so I want to go ahead and try to choose this as a stopping point for questions, for sharing of screens, and troubleshooting. And I know that was a lot of info to cover, but you all have this right here. And if you go back to the link tree, let me know if it doesn't work, or if someone can try it right now, let Shaza know and I can adjust it. I have built a massive amount of templates for you guys that you can click on, and it has pre-created classrooms. So I'm going to be trying it right now while we're troubleshooting and see if I can get it to work as well. And I want to show you what it looks like. But there's so many ready to go classrooms ready for you, along with more backgrounds that images that have already been searched, just to make your lives a little bit easier for everything that you do.
Thank you so much for this, Sophia. With that, I wanted to just jump in and say thank you. This has been so fun and so exciting. I really hope you guys have all been enjoying. And inshallah that we'll see you guys in future ones too. Yeah.
So this is the template.
Why don't we say like next week, when we meet again for Sophia's presentation, try to have your classroom done so we could do a gallery walk real quick. So that helps us get it done.
I love it, Seema. I love having educators together. Like that's an awesome idea.
I know how long I had my feet dragging on this, and I came to Sophia's class ready to work.
Yes. So I don't know if you can see what I'm sharing.
Yes,
this is in the link tree. There's Premade Classrooms. You can click through any of these classroom images and steal this ottoman out of their classroom. You know, this teacher, she had a lot of money. She was able to get a nice ergonomic chair. So we're going to steal her chair. We're going to borrow this American flag because I completely forgot about that. And you can go through these classrooms. You're welcome to even use this entire classroom. All of these images were shared by other teachers and creators that just wanted to help out educators who are going through similar transitions, just like us. There's also some Meet the Teacher things in here. There's a ton of Bitmoji people, various images of people standing and sitting. So if you didn't want your classroom to be empty, you can, there's pre-ready images to go, and you don't have to always create your own as well. So just wanted to show you that. If anyone is having trouble with access, let me know.
Miss Sophia, if you can help me, I have Bitmoji on my computer. How can I add a picture from Bitmoji into this slide of mine that I'm working on?
Sure. Are you on Google Chrome?
Yeah.
Do you have the Bitmoji extension on Google Chrome?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to open up something I can share with you real quick because I need to be on Chrome myself. I had actually toggled off of Chrome because I have about 50 tabs open.
Oh.
It's not loading very well, but it might be enough to show you what to do.
Yeah, or you can tell me. I mean, however's easy for you right now, yeah.
Okay, so when you go to the top, these are actually all the extensions.
Yeah, that's how I have them.
Okay, so does your Bitmoji one show up?
Yeah, like that one, yes.
Okay, so you're gonna click on that extension.
Okay.
When you click on it, it should pop up with all of the little Bitmoji features that look like yourself.
Yes.
And then you can search for what you're looking for.
Okay.
So maybe your Bitmoji just wants to stand, and I'm going to search the word pose because normally pose will show the Bitmoji without words. So that's a great way to search for some. And I want to have a clap for you guys. So you could
mine says you're logged in and it says welcome back with the emoji, but it doesn't show me like yours is, you know how you can search for a certain pose. Mine doesn't show up like that. It just says you're logged in.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah.
You don't have this screen right here.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just comes up to that a green Bitmoji and it says welcome back to the website, I guess. But I can probably close it and go back in and see what happens. I'll close it and go back in.
If you have a few minutes, we can try to troubleshoot and have you share your screen at the end, and I can try to see also what we can do to help you out.
Actually, it worked. I logged out and went back in there. So it opened up that same screen that you had. Okay,
perfect.
So I'm here. So I'm going to search, maybe say welcome back, for example.
And this is a quick drag and drop. I'm going to click on, my clapping hands for you guys. And now you see my Bitmoji there, giving all of you guys a wonderful round of applause for all your hard work. And I'm moving it to a plain classroom right there.
Nice.
Any other questions?
I clicked on the Bitmoji link, but then it opens, how do I download that extension?
So once you click on, if you go to your Chrome Web Store, you can Google the words Chrome Web Store and type in Bitmoji, it should bring you to an extension. Shaza, would you be able to send a link for that?
Yeah, let me repaste that. And I'm feeling a bit lost because I can't see the screen. I'm really hoping that it's all being saved, recorded properly. I'll go ahead and send you guys that Chrome extension again.
Okay. I'm already there, but I don't know what to do after I get there.
Do you want to share your screen? I don't mind helping.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, scroll up a little bit. Okay, so it says it's available on Chrome. So you've already added the extension. So go to another screen or go back to your slides that you had open on your Chrome browser. Oh, you're on a Mac.
Yeah, I am on a Mac.
Okay, I only know PC. I know for a PC, you have to pin the extension at the top. There is a special setting. Are there any Mac users on here by any chance who would be able to help the sister?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sister Fatima, and I'm using a Mac as well. So if you're on Gmail, if you're on Google Chrome, so there is a puzzle piece that I see, and it shows all the extensions. So I just click on that, and then it shows all my extensions for Google Chrome. And
I didn't know that was on the MacBook, so I didn't see it on her screen. That's what I'm trying to get her to.
Puzzle piece because I have a bunch of extensions as well.
Okay.
So then you click on Bitmoji, and then it shows that drop down.
So now, why it's not available for me?
Do you have extensions?
It was available.
Oh, I see your puzzle piece.
Yeah, here's my puzzle piece, but there is no Bitmoji here.
Oh, so click on the puzzle piece. You have to add to Chrome first.
How do I add it from Manage Extensions?
I think, yeah.
Go back to the other screen, sister.
Okay.
And click on the words Add to Chrome.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's gonna
add extension.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Now click on the puzzle piece. Yeah.
There you go.
There. Yay.
And then you log in. And you should have it.
I have to log in.
Yeah.
Create login, especially for that, right?
Yes.
If you have already a login, you can log in with that.
All right. Thank you, sisters.
Thank you, Sister Fatima. You're the best. She's my teammate. For those of you who don't know, she works with us.
So Sister Sophia, we're at the top of the hour, and I want to thank you so much for this really instructive and fun workshop. Inshallah, we look forward to having you guys join us for the future 2 sessions. Sophia, can you remind us what next Wednesday and the week after that are about?
So the next 2 sessions, we have how to make an interactive virtual notebook. So instead of having your paper notebook, it will be a virtual notebook. And then we have me discussing my favorite Chrome extensions and App Store applications that you can be adding to help make your work a little bit more easier.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, Sister Sophia. We will hang around for a few more minutes if you want to share, but I just want to also mention to you guys, there is a $2,000 grant being made available by ICNA Relief that ISLA has partnered with to share out to teachers. We hope if you are a certified elementary education teacher that you apply for this $2,000 grant. they are saying that it's pretty much first come, first serve as long as you've fulfilled all of the requirements. We send that kind of information out on the IECN, so we invite you to join our email listserv. That does mean it is a discussion group. You're able to post on there. Just be mindful, there are about 1,000 people on that email discussion group. And so, you know, we want to make sure that whatever you're posting on there is really relevant to the majority of Islamic school educators, and that you're not advertising any services or products. But please join and check out the ICNA Relief Empower Grant if you are a certified teacher. And I'm going to go ahead and post that link too. I think that that's it from me. You know, we want you guys to stay connected. We're so happy to see so many of you on here. I've just posted that link for you guys. That's the Empower Grant right there in the chat. And then I'm going to also add again the isla.org, IECN. If you'd like to join our email discussion group, then go to that second website, please. Yeah, so I'm Shazda Khan. I don't know if I introduced myself. I'm the executive director of the ISLA, and I invite you guys to email me with any questions or ideas, thoughts that you guys have, and that's my email address right there. I'm going to stop the recording.